I found it.
What are you doing, Rebel?
Who's on a picture? Who? That's me.
It's you.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Where's it going?
About the chicken house door.
On the chicken coop.
I wish all your sons were that easy to install.
That was pretty easy. Perfect.
Well, give me that. Tell everybody about your sign.
We actually, where was the first time we saw that? Manure Currith.
It was a t-shirt you bought for my brother.
It was it was on a t-shirt. I saw it online and I ordered it for John for his 40th birthday.
Yep.
His 40th birthday.
Stand in front of your sign. Hold on, I gotta put this down.
It happens.
Now, what's that board?
It's just a pallet board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I made several of those Manure Currith signs and they all sold except for that one.
Oh, that's the only one left?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
It was a popular one.
Oh. Then I guess tell everybody you're out of stock.
I can make more.
So now that that was done, we got to looking around wondering what ought to be done next. Well, with Grace's kitchen shelves done, the incubator cooking some duck eggs, and everybody generally being fairly healthy, it was time to start on Mary's room project. Once we gave her the go-ahead to start ripping that carpet and padding out, the rest of us pretty much just stood the heck out of the way.
Good job.
Thank you.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go see what everybody else is doing.
Alright.
Josie's mowing, Rainey's picking up sticks. I don't know what Dad's doing.
Oh, you decided to take more.
Yeah, why?
You ready to have your own room?
What?
Are you ready to have your own room?
Yeah.
Like really, really ready?
Yeah.
It's Sunday morning before church.
Yeah.
You must really want your room done.
Yeah.
Well, keep going.
Alright.
Do whatever you tell me to do.
Me?
Wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Mary and I was only referring to the paint.
There you go.
How old are those chicks? Are they a month old? No.
Gotta be.
Are they? Anyway, we have the 6 chicks that we got at the feed store about a month ago, and they're graduating from their indoor brooder to a little, quite a bit bigger outdoor brooder. And then this has a bottom and a top, so in a week or two we'll open up the door and then they can get into the bottom too. And after that, they'll be big enough to turn out with the rest of the hens.
Why here?
Why here?
Why are we putting them in this thing?
Well, they're outgrowing their brooder. But when we put them in the bottom, then the other hens can walk around and they'll get used to them. And then when we turn them out, they'll just pretty much ignore them, so it won't be a big deal. This kind of introduces them without them being together, so the big hens won't pick on them.
Is this happening now?
Huh?
Or are you putting them up there?
No, I think I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Just getting ready.
Okay. We still have yet to clean out the bottom.
Yeah, we'll take the nesting boxes, and then that's like a little duck house.
Yeah.
We'll take that out of there so they have, well, I don't know if we can take it out of there. They'll probably like it. But they have a little ramp where they can walk down into the bottom here, where they can be outside.
At their leisure.
Before they're in with the big bullies. Okay.
That's it?
That's it.
How long have we been using this?
Several years. We've started a lot of chicks in here, and it was originally built for the Banties, and they lived in here for a long time.
No, it was originally built for the Cornish Cross. The bottom was a chicken tractor.
Oh, right.
And we just pick it up and move it around.
Right. And then you added the top to it when we got the Banties.
Yep.
And now the Banties are just been either roosting in with the big chickens or they go to the barn, so they're fine. They're only, but we still have 3 of them. They're all 3 still alive.
Barely.
Pilot got a hold of one of them a couple days ago, but she was fine. He just wanted to play.
No. What are we doing, Mary?
Uh-huh.
This is all the leftover flooring from redoing Ma's place after the remodel. And we bought extra on purpose, but there was enough extra that we're going to do Mary's bedroom, office, and Josie's bedroom. And the girls get to pack it all in. Should be fun.
Well, Grace decided to go with vinyl flooring for several reasons, but saving money sure wasn't one of them. It's a good product, and all our research told us that we best put it in the room for a couple days before we start installing it, so that's what the girls are doing here now, and give us some time to get on to doing other things, like getting those chicks down in the little coop. She'd kept them in the brooder a bit longer than she'd like to have, just because the weather turned so terrible. But they're fine.
We finally got a nice-ish day to move the chicks out of the brooder into the outdoor brooder, basically. They'd just, like Jess said, outgrown that little playpen, so had some cleanup to do, but the coop was ready for them. This is our 3rd batch of laying hens. We've raised a lot more meat chickens than we have laying hens. And this is the smallest batch. We still have 11 from our last batch. They're getting kind of old though, they're a couple years old. So I decided it was time we better replenish that a little bit so we could keep having eggs through next winter. I got these at the feed store. There's 3 Barred Rock and 3 Rhode Island Reds, which I've never had either of those breeds before, but was kind of slim pickings at the feed store when I went in, and so that's what I got, and I think they're going to be great birds. The Rhode Island Reds seem a lot calmer than the Barred Rock. They're kind of feisty. But putting them in the kennel and taking them down to the coop seemed like the easiest thing to do. The dogs were obviously very interested in what was going on, and Pilot had to go in the house because I was afraid if one of them got out of the kennel that he would take care of it for us. So he went in the house, and they went right into their new coop.
We did use the heater for a little while.
Yeah, we did stick the heater out there just because it was still really chilly and it was still getting really cold at night. So I figured it was better safe than sorry, even though they feathered out pretty well. In a week or so, well, in a few days, we'll open up the door and they'll be able to go down into the bottom and be introduced to the rest of the flock through the fence in the bottom. And then probably in another month, or maybe even longer, we'll turn them out with the rest of the flock. Now I have to get the brooder cleaned up because if you watched the last video, you know we put duck eggs into the incubator in the house. So when the ducklings hatch, we got to get them moved out to the brooder. This is a duck egg on day 12. Moving around in there.
Pretty cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. God bless, and we'll see you next time.